we go. Today is August 28th, and the Yankees have completed the sweep of the Seattle Mariners. They won game one, they won game two, and they won game three. Let's talk about it. Let's talk Yanks.
Recaps galore for weekly awards. Stat lines, steaming hot takes. Your Yankees news with these two fine dudes. It's time for Talking Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Talking Yanks. My name's John Boy. I'm coming to you from New Jersey, and I have my co-host and best friend Jake coming to you from Denver, wearing a bucket hat. Explain it, Jake.
Hey, Jimmy, how are you? Hard
Explain
open.
the hat.
Hard open.
Explain
It's a visor bucket hat. Well, I'm trying to explain it.
Explain
It's a
the
visor
hat.
bucket. Okay, you're a bad guy. It's a visor bucket hat. One of our longtime listeners and a friend of the show, JP Higgins, his cousin, has a company, Buckets, that's visor bucket hats. And it's very on brand for me. So he sent me a couple, and it's, lets the mop top breathe up there. And I think sometimes you just have to say bucket. So we just got a nice sweep of the Mariners. Times are good, Jim.
It's a bald person's nightmare, that hat.
Bald person nightmare, absolutely.
Hap wears that hat, and now he's just got a yarmulke-sized sunburn on his head.
If a bald person was wearing this, you'd know they were being punished.
Yeah.
No bald person would willingly wear this.
Maybe a monk, because it kind of fits their hairstyle to begin with.
Now I feel bad because this isn't like a real ad, so maybe they have a big push for bald people and we don't know about that, so I don't know.
The balds are going to burn their head. That's all I'm saying.
That's all we're saying.
Welcome to Talking Yanks. My name's John Boy. I'm coming to you from New Jersey, and I've got my co-host and best friend.
Okay. Run it back.
West Coast trip's over. Glory be, glory be.
Yeah, good job, everyone.
Good job to everyone. Thank God that's over with. No more 10 o'clock games. It's brutal. And we end
Never
good.
again.
We end with a 5-4 record.
Yeah,
yeah.
Don't have to do that again till late October. And I think the message that you and I are in lockstep on is that if you somehow think this wasn't a successful trip because we only went 5-4 or we got swept by the A's, you're a fool.
Whoa.
You're an absolute fool.
Yeah,
and I hate to use that language, but you have to know how long a baseball season, what a West Coast trip means. And I was listening, I'm a huge Ryan Russillo fan. He was talking about the other day that I think it was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar yelled at a young teammate one time because they celebrated an early season win. And they were like, dude, if you celebrate the win like that, you're going to be fried out this season. So now put that into baseball terms. I think we're going to have a fun flight back. I'm excited. I wish I was on Club 161 on the plane right now with everybody. But take your 5-4 and get the hell off the West Coast.
Yeah, you're full-grown height, 5'4".
No. See, I'm 5'7".
It may be the height you die at.
It could be the height I die at. I haven't seen you in a while, and people have been telling me that you're 5'4" now.
I haven't gotten on a measuring thing in a while, so
I know. I just had someone reach out to me, said I was at a Wawa in New Jersey, confident John Boy is 5'4".
That's fuck. I gotta go get the tape measure out.
So
I don't interact with people, so I don't get much to gauge.
No gauge. Your spine's all jacked up from that seat. I don't know.
The seat's pretty nice to my spine.
We could use a chiropractor on the show.
Oh, yeah, we could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of our chiropractor listeners, reach out and let's set something up.
Chiropractor me, please. Now, I had to take Katie to the chiropractor once, Dr. John, and he basically beat her up. And I was like, am I allowed to watch this? You're beating up my girlfriend. And, like, I don't like it, but she wants you to do it. He basically made her boneless. Like, he squished her into just skin. And I was like, oh, my God, man. What's happening?
Dude, my college girlfriend, Steph, who you're familiar with, dude, she used to go to chiropractic all the time, and it was violent.
Yeah.
So violent. Scary.
Speaking of violent, we have a bunch of just real.
Yes.
Oh, we got a mob of supporters that brought
savages.
The show. Wow, real criminals.
It's tough.
Criminal number 1, Malcolm Forbes.
We talked about my hat a little bit. What's your hat?
It's a snapback, blue brim, gray top, just like the El Gary one, but this one says Jake Sucks. They're available at the store shop.johnboymedia.com or shop.talkingyanks.com. Secret, they take you to the same exact place.
Whoa, secrets are no fun except for the rest of these Patreon criminals.
Criminal number 2, Malcolm Forbes. Thanks. You better be rich. If your name's Malcolm Forbes and you're not so rich, you almost got to change your name.
Forbes is big, yeah.
Malcolm's kind of a rich name, too.
I think Malcolm could go a lot of different ways. Malcolm in the Middle, Malcolm Gladwell.
These guys are rich.
Not Malcolm, the character, Malcolm in the Middle. Freddie Muniz, very rich.
All right. Travis Manshrek.
Hell yeah.
Manshrek. Sounds like a bachelorette weekend. Jared Davis.
Yeah, fundamental.
Criminal. Cabranes. Probably Cabranes?
Cabranes. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one for us.
It's probably not Cabranes.
Definitely not Cabranes.
Cabranes.
Oh, this next one's fun.
Yeah, but it's only one L. So it's Phil. You want to say Phil Spiller, but one L makes me think it might be Spiller. But
Jimmy,
better be Spiller.
Jimmy, use your brain for more than a second here. It's Phil Spiller.
I know, but I'm saying there's only one L.
It's not an option, Jim.
Phil Spill.
You can't go through your young ages with the name Phil Spiller and get through not being known as Phil Spiller.
Okay.
You know that more than anyone.
I had a friend in high school whose nickname was Spiller because he got drunk and spilled a lot. He'd just walk in the room and go, Spiller. He hated it. He's like, I'm not going to spill. And he spilled. James Kelly. James Kelly goes by Jimmy. He lives in New Jersey. And just like me, we both had to say goodbye to our pets recently. So we have sympathized and kind of been like, that's odd coincidence. And then Aaron Clag.
That's a good.
That's
I know
Clag.
we ended up a little sad, but I think that's a good inmate name. Aaron Clag.
Oh, a criminal. Yeah. That guy.
Sorry.
That guy's been locked up.
Smooth criminals, all of you.
Imagine if he has and he's like, yeah, fuck.
Damn, guys.
Hiding.
Blowing up my spot.
This is intrusive.
I've been clean.
All right, those are our most recent Patreons. It's $2 a month. It helps us out a fucking ton. You support us. We really appreciate it. You get to be in the live chat. We got a bunch of people right here. You get video access for all of it. You get a chance to win a jersey via raffle and contest every month. And the August raffle or August contest is finished. It was guess how many wins the Yankees have on the West Coast trip and guess how many runs they score. And I'm weirded out because the second guess, there was like 70 something guesses. The second guess was 5 wins and 44 runs, which is on the money correct. So we got a Back to the Future Biff Almanac situation here.
Yeah, kind of comes out 5 runs a game. You get 5 wins. I mean, I see some of the math there, but yeah, a little weird. Exact.
Yeah. And Euro Yank won it, who signed up in August. He signed up this month. So that leads to more like, oh shit, I know this answer.
Yeah.
And he's Dutch. And what do they say about the Dutch, Jake?
Never trust them.
Something like that. What's the Austin Powers line?
It's something like no discrimination against others except the Dutch.
Yeah. Well, congrats to Euro Yank. I'll get in touch. You want a jersey.
He gets a jersey, guys, for signing up for Patreon and guessing some runs and some wins. That's how it works.
Don't downplay it. It was very
Jimmy, I'm
impressive
trying
what
to
he
get people to sign up. You human idiot. Brain. Phil Spiller, now this?
did. Phil Spiller. I think he goes by Filer, which is bullshit. Anyway, Jake, you want to do injury update?
Filer? Yeah, let's do some injuries.
Is it happy sound or sad sound for the injury?
I'm back to freaked out, and I don't know if we're going to start with it or end with it, but
Okay,
I'm
Jake.
back to freaked out.
Fucking dumbass.
That was,
Okay.
that was at the soundboard, not me, by the way.
Yeah, I was talking to the soundboard. I was talking to myself.
Yeah, it was a combo.
Yeah. All right, Jake. Why are you freaked out? Who are you freaked out about?
Giancarlo.
Oh, Stan's got you freaked out. Because
Giancarlo's
Gumby's got me freaked out still.
Yeah, I mean, the Gumby thing kind of came and passed for me because best case for Gumby is 25th man on the roster. He throws some like blowout playoff innings. Like that's the only way Gumby pitches in my head.
That's where you're setting up. But 2 weeks ago we were like, there's no way he even rehabs this year. And then last week we were like, he's probably gonna hang around in single A in Tampa and get innings in. And now he's with the AAA team in Scranton pitching innings for AAA. The next mind-blowing update is that he's going to be a September call-up.
Well, no, that's for you. I knew when he threw the other day, I knew he was going to get called up to September as long as there's no setbacks. It's just his best case scenario for this team is the 25th guy on the playoff roster. He beats out like Happ and Sessa, and he throws some useless playoff innings. That's Monty's best case. Jimmy, Giancarlo
Specialist.
Giancarlo Stanton, Cuddy, Ruocco. Everyone was tweeting he hit on the field and they said he looked great. And he's like doing baseball stuff. And
Cuddy said that?
Yes.
Because Ruocco, I mean, I love our boy Ruocco, but he
gets excited.
He loves the Yankees. Cuddy kind of has not been the nicest to Stanton. So if Cuddy's saying he looks great, that's huge.
They said he was hitting bombs. There was some video. And it sounds like they're getting really close to getting like a timeline for him coming back, which, Jim, it starts getting into these fun conversations that I'm hoping we're going to have at the end of the year if everyone is healthy. But I mean, Giancarlo Stanton is Giancarlo Stanton. He won the NL MVP, 2 years ago? And he's kind of been an afterthought. And it's, Jim, another thing that we're stumbling into with this Yankees team, because, we are putting a bow on the season. James Paxton, who we're going to talk about, he can end his year pretty strongly. But there's a lot of guys whose years are going to get decided this October. And, I mean, what if Giancarlo Stanton comes back and he rakes? Like, Giancarlo Stanton could be the ALCS MVP. Or he could come back and look awful because he hasn't played baseball in a while. And I mean, again, think about where the Stanton haters were, where they could end up. So that's what's got me freaked out.
All right. Yeah, I'm interested. I mean, BP is one step. He's going to have to get in game somehow. We'll see did they say what the next step is? Like, does he have an assignment coming up?
I don't think. I think the next step is like live pitching. Like he took batting practice on the field. I think the next step is like live at bats, like sim at bats, and then I think it's rehab.
Crazy.
Said rehab, weird, huh?
Yeah. And you dropped the sim at bats, which I'm not familiar with the shortened version of that, but that's good. That's probably from your nerdy baseball.
I think sim is just an abbreviation for simulation, sim game, all of it.
I believe you. It doesn't ring natural in my ear.
And that's fine. Just don't take it out on my nerdy side, okay?
It reminds me of The Sims.
Yeah.
Which is short for
that's a simulation.
Yeah. Man, imagine playing The Sims.
Every day. Where are you at with injuries?
Sevy has me excited, man.
Yeah.
They keep saying he looks good. He looks good. We talked about what Pedro Martinez said he would do with Sevy on last episode, on Sharp Stats episode.
Sharp stats.
And that's interesting. But they're going to find a way for Sevy to get in games. Hicks hasn't thrown yet, but that was the plan. The plan was like just to completely shut him down for 2 or 3 weeks or whatever.
And they're saying with Hicks, which is different than they've said with everyone else, they're like, once he gets cleared to throw, it's kind of full tilt. Like with everything else, which I don't know. I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I wonder, but he's still got to get cleared, which is crazy. Right. Andujar still out for the season.
No.
Yeah, he's out for the season.
Yeah, no dice on Andujar.
No changes with Andujar.
None.
Ellsbury, same thing.
Voigt's raking.
Yeah. Well, Voigt, to be fair, Voigt would be on the major league team right now if they weren't on a West Coast trip. They very clearly were like, true. Just wait out this. Don't go on the road trip with us. Yeah. And then, I mean, so we kind of knew that. Like after his first 2 games, we were like, if they were home, he'd be up.
Yeah, but it's so funny that like rehab stats don't matter, but Luke Voigt's crushing AAA.
Yeah. I mean, Brandon Drury was the best AAA player in the world.
Like, is Luke Voigt going to get like AAA Player of the Week?
That's funny. That's fucking funny and also rude. Like when Roger Clemens would like rehab for like 2 games, and he like, AAA Player of the Week, Roger Clemens. They got to have an exception.
Yeah.
Just go steal all the awards from the kids. Anyone else?
Life.
Edwin Encarnacion's going to start swinging soon. Gio just got hurt, but he says he's going to play Friday. He says he's fine. It was just precautionary. Didi and Maben both got back into the game, so they should be healing up just fine. There's so many names on the IL that like we don't even really care about. Like Holder.
Greg Bird.
Wasn't there a Bird update?
I don't know. Ellsbury? Think we could get Ellsbury back for September?
Dude, I had such a good laugh about Ellsbury yesterday or this morning. Like I was doing stuff in the kitchen by myself and I laughed out loud. Just thinking that people thought Ellsbury was like the game the Yankees played in the offseason and spring training. Knowing full well he wasn't going to play a single game. Just what a fucking racket. Yeah, this is why I laughed out loud. When they brought him to spring training to play catch with that old man.
Yes.
Let people take pictures of him. And
he's then, alive.
And then he literally never did a single thing in the public eye. It was just to be like, here, we're trying, but they're not trying in the slightest. Made me crack me up. Does he have to do this again next year? Do we have to run this back?
I think he's starting next year. But that's an off-season convo.
I hope we run it back. Yeah, no reason to talk about Ellsbury right now, but just fucking so funny.
Yeah, Jim, so we left out one big one, and then there's a couple little ones. The big one we left out is Dellin.
Dellin's updates sound not exciting to me.
They're not as exciting as Sevy's is the big thing.
But they were at the same page at one point, and now Sevy's like, everyone's so excited, and Dellin's like, yeah, I threw a simulated game with a couple innings, looks good. Sevy's like, well, throwing 99, he feels great.
Yeah, and I think there's a couple things in play there because, I mean, Sevy's got to get, like, stretched out and kind of go. Like, Dellin in these sim games is doing 2 innings, 16 pitches, and done. So, hey, as long as he feels good and he's right, which, I mean, knock on wood, that's what we've heard. But, yeah, they haven't been as exciting. I think that is an interesting note. Jim, some of the smaller ones, my guy Tyro, Hammy.
Yeah, we got to get to Burns, so just go real
David Hale has been kind of weird.
You ready?
I think so. Ben Heller coming back. Tommy John, you know.
Game number 1 in Seattle. On your mark. Get set. Burn.
J.A. Happ kicking off 3 in Seattle versus the opener. Matt Whistler straights to Tommy Kevin Malone as the Yanks take on the spilled chili disaster that is the Mariners. Top 2, the Yanks get the party started with Baby Glaby becoming a man. 33 home runs for the Caracas kid. Hey, this counts for 1 run too. little fella as Romine slaps an RBI single. Mike Ford playing with an edge as his ball escapes the stadium. It is 4-0 Yanks after 2. Mariners respond with a 3-run homer off Happ, but that'd be Happ's only mistake. 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. Very 2019 Happ. Top 4 or Mike Ford? Why not both? 2 Yabos against his former team, kinda. 5-3 Yanks. Mariners would put one on the board later. And a little bit of a balk party, but Happ to Guerin to Cortez Jr. to Canely to Chapman. Yanks win game 1, 5-4.
Wow, you're full-grown height. Sorry, your death height. Your death height.
My death height.
Maybe. Sorry.
I will die at 5'4".
I liked your Tommy Malone spilled chili right there. Kevin Malone,
yeah, I
The
figured
Office,
because that's from The Office. That was a show, popular show.
NBC. Whoa, Jake's dog just stood up. Oh no!
I think Noodle almost just threw up. I might throw up.
Dude, this game. I mean, this game in this series is kind of just like, yeah, cool. Beat the Mariners. Like, I'm not too up. I'm not down in the slightest.
I think our slight difference on that, Jim, and I think I said this at the end of the Sunday pod, and I said it on the pregame show. Go check it out on the podcast or YouTube. Jim, if we won game 1, I was weirdly confident we were sweeping this series. And spoiler,
we did.
Partially due to Happ and partially due to the Mariners' general sadness. But
what's your thoughts on Happ? 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, only 2 hits, but 3 walks.
I mean, I'm not going to go down as a Happ defender, but he made one mistake. He gave up the 3-run homer, and I mean that was it. Otherwise, it was pretty boring Happ. You're right, the walks are a little high, 7 strikeouts. It's not a good team, and it's not a great start. But at this point of the year, everyone's asking, what are we going to do with Happer? 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. I mean, unfortunately, we take that at this point.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. I mean, barring any big games, if Happ can give us 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, and not be part of the playoff rotation at all, I'm fine with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's again, I mean, if Happ was having a good season, I would be sitting here saying like, damn, I mean, you take that one pitch back, Happ's having a great start, but you can't do that with this season at all. So it is what it is. It was a start at Seattle, one of the worst lineups and one of the bigger pitching parks too. So I could say that. But we will take 5 innings pitched, 3 runs out of Happ.
I have a question for you, and I think I know the answer. Happ's next start lines up to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Happ. It's the last game of the Oakland series, which is a good team. The game the next day is Texas Rangers. Would you just roll Happ out versus Oakland, or would you do an opener day and try to push Happ so he faces the Rangers, the less than team?
I think both options are good. I think unfortunately with the opener, although September call-ups might throw it off a little bit because we'll get a couple arms, right? Is that you see how the series is going. If you win the first 2 and you've used the good guys out of the bullpen, you probably just throw Happer out there and hope for the best. I don't know if it's a rubber match and you've got a fresh pen out there. I could see them going bullpen day and we're going to save Happ. Why not?
Motherfucker. So if they throw Happ that day, if they keep Happ on schedule, 1, 2, 3, 4, Happ. Okay, if they keep Happ on schedule, the second start after Oakland would be at Boston in Fenway on Saturday. If they push him, like I was saying, and not have him pitch against Oakland and face Texas, then he would become Sunday Night Baseball at Fenway, and that would suck.
And so, yeah, and I mean, we'll see with September call-ups. I mean, maybe they'll try to do something funky in that Texas series. That makes me think they won't at this point of September. They probably let September go a little bit, and then you start eyeing your playoff rotation, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, I mean, I could see a world where that happens, but also probably not.
Probably not. Mike Ford carried his hot streak into this game.
Revenge series.
Yeah. Tommy Malone, doesn't look like a Tommy Malone. His face doesn't match his name in the slightest. Every home run he gave up, he turned around and was like, what? How could that have just happened? I was like, well, Tommy Malone, figure it out.
I have a super rude, super nice thing to say.
Wow. He looks like he got shot up with a gun.
Tommy Malone.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I thought about doing my Italian thing. Oh, Tommy Malone, but you don't naturally jump there with Tom Malone. I was like, yo, Tom Malone's like boring and kind of like, eh. Like he's not that good, and his name's Tom Malone, and it's just like, give me something, right? And then I clicked on his player page, and he's an 8-year Major League player, and he went to USC. And I was like, go fuck yourself, Jake. So good for you, Tom Malone.
You like his little mole that he's got?
You know I'm not a big mole guy. His didn't affect me too much.
Yeah, I know that you hate moles. I think it's cool. Everyone needs a calling card. We're the Wet Bandits. All right, let's go to game 2.
Yeah. I think we got to talk about Balkgate a little bit, Jim.
Oh, dude. I was mad at Guerin in the moment. Now, after it, the umps are terrible when you get the full scope of it. So if you don't know, Corey Guerin was on the Mariners. He does a little toe tap. This has been a thing of controversy forever, or for this entire season. Like Doolittle and the Cubs, they got in trouble and they protested and all this. And the umps are saying it's illegal because you can't take a second step. Well, what's a step? Is a tap a step? It's all about what the definition of a step is. The league got together and said what Guerin does is totally legal. This umpiring crew gave him a lot of shit earlier in the year when he was a Mariner about it. And as soon as he let someone on base, the ump told Romine, go out there and tell him you can't do the toe tap. And then he called the ump and was like, yo, the league said it's fine. And then they had him practice it and throw like extra pitches if he get injured to see how he feels. And the ump said, yeah, that's fine. And then they called that he did it, and they called it a balk. And it's just a mess. At the time, I was mad at Guerin. I was like, dude, did you just bring all your baggage over to us and we didn't know about it? But when the next day the MLB comes out and says, yo, we said that was legal already, and it's just this ump being an asshole, now I'm on Guerin's side.
Yeah, MLB coming out with like a definitive like stance was actually kind of nice. It was like, no, the umps are actually being idiots, assholes again. Yeah, I called them idiots, assholes. Pardon my French. But yeah, that was like one of the most uncomfortable innings of baseball I've ever watched. So that's a good job, umps.
I didn't like it. I liked
It's
Romine.
just uncomfortable. You didn't know every time he went to throw. You didn't know if a balk was going to be called. You felt bad for Guerin. This is his livelihood, and you know he's thinking about it. So it was just the most uncomfortable baseball I've watched in a long time.
I loved. I posted the GIF of it. I loved when Boone comes out and asks Romine, because Guerin's talking to the ump, like, "What's going on?" And Romine was like, "Fuck if I know." Get in there and just like pulled Boone's jersey.
Yeah.
Was like, "You deal with this."
Not my problem, Booney.
I couldn't care, but it seems like Guerin's upset.
Guerin was so upset. That was actually pretty fun.
Well, now that I know it's like he's being just this one ump, like refuses to know the rule. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. Ford 2 homers, Glaber homer, Gardy triple, Canely and Chapman dominate.
The other thing we didn't talk about was the glove to the face.
For Guerin?
No.
Oh, yeah, the guy in the Mariners got ejected.
Yeah, hit it through the glove at the umpire's face accidentally.
It's pretty funny.
Accident, have to eject him.
Have to. You have to eject him.
Yeah, I keep saying this. People keep calling that ump soft. He's soft if he doesn't eject that guy. If you get hit in the face by a batting glove that was thrown in your direction and you don't eject that player, you're a pussy.
You've lost the game.
Yeah. Now they control you.
Yeah.
Funny moment though. All right, let's go to game 2.
Game 2.
On your mark. Tanaka, go.
A special Mr. Tanaka Tuesday as he faces off with his Japanese brethren. You say Kikuchi, I say Kikuchi. Let's call the whole thing off. No, let's play ball. And speaking of playing ball, West Coast Judge, my goodness, 462 feet, almost went through the Mariners' batter eye. 2-0 Yanks. The Pulse as Gardner plants a 3-run Rutabaga home run. 5-0 Yanks. And oh, by the way, we only needed 1 run as Daddy Tanaka punished Seattle. 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, 0 earned runs, 7 Ks. Little flirt with a no-hitter, but that's because Tank's a little flirt, baby. Romy, my homie, adds a couple Geico runs for that insurance. Tanaka to Sessa, that's the dream. Yanks win 7-0.
The sun will come out. Tanaka. Bet your bottom dollars with Tanaka. There will be sun. Anyways. Yeah, man. That was awesome. I mean, it's a big matchup. Tanaka versus Kikuchi, the 2 Japanese starting pitchers. Kikuchi sucked. Tanaka was very good, which is the combination I was rooting for. So super excited about it. Tanaka looked, it was too easy, Jake. Like, you know how sometimes you watch Tanaka or Paxton versus the Dodgers or most of Verlander's starts, and you're like, damn, he's carving them up.
Yeah.
He is just attacking them. That wasn't like this. It was like, yeah, Tanaka he got through those. Got through those guys. It was like easy and boring.
Tanaka was showing some fun emotion, which was a good time. Ruko was all over that.
He was talking to himself. I love when he hits himself in the head like this.
He was talking to himself the duration of the game.
Yeah.
That was pretty wild. And Jim, kind of the point you just said there, it wasn't like he was getting a lot of calls. Like there was a bunch of sliders that were pretty good pitches that were just off the plate and they got called balls. And Tank was staring in like, come on, like let's get this over with a little bit. But when you look at these 2 lineups side by side in game 2, I mean, LeMahieu, Malik Smith, leadoff hitters, Aaron Judge, J.P. Crawford, Gleyber Torres, Omar Narvaez. I mean, it's when you actually look at the lineup, it's like, oh, so that's what's going on in Seattle, huh? But hey, no shame in Tank's game. He looked great.
Yeah. The one thing I liked with Judge's big home run was Kikuchi asking for a new ball, like about to pitch it. He was like, no, I want a new ball. And Judge like, what the fuck are you doing? Then hits a laser home run.
I think he knew that he was going to give up a home run, and that ball didn't feel like it had good juice in it. So he's like, I might as well give up a highlight.
Maybe.
It's
cool that's Judge's 100th home run ball, so it's like barely touched, like brand new ball.
Yeah, and it's him and Gary, second and third fastest players in MLB history to 100 home runs.
It's pretty cool. Dude, how about Brett Gardner's home run? His 17th of the year, do you think he'll break his own record? It's 21. He would need 4 more. That's math.
So that was 18.
That was his 18th?
That was 18th. So there was math. Unfortunately, we're normally wrong with our math.
No, he needs 4 more. I still got it right.
Right. You're still there. Well, okay, then the math would have been wrong originally.
Damn. So I did 21 minus 17 wrong originally.
That was the classic. You got the answer right on the quiz, but the work all wrong. All wrong.
Show your work, Jimmy. No, well, I'm not going to do that, Mrs. Lippy, because I copied off the rat tail in front of me.
There's a good chance, right? I mean, a couple home sets coming up, a couple porch jobs. Why not? I think even if he doesn't, this is going to be his best season ever, which is insane.
Oh, I'm rooting for it. So that's the thing now, Jake. I'm rooting for.
Okay. So we're on that.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's all I needed to hear. I'm in.
But what we need now is we need a home run in this next homestand. Like you need 19 quick. Okay?
Yeah.
quick, and then we'll get there. Does he have 100 runs? Because he's been at the bottom of the order, so it's got to be down. Yeah, not even close, but he's not leading off anymore.
Yeah, Jim had a weirdly similar thought process where I was like, as long as Gardy gets a 2-homer homestand at some point, like he's good. So yeah, okay. As long as we're on that train, do we want to beat Minnesota for this year's home run title?
No, don't care.
Okay.
I don't want to put ourselves in a race with Twins fans in any aspect because it allows them to think we're equal.
Right.
And they're not.
Boom.
They play in the biggest wind factory that's ever been invented.
Well, that's kind of what does make me want to beat it.
But if we say right now we want to beat Minnesota on the home run record, and then they beat us, they'll say, "Ha, we beat you." So I'm saying right away, I don't care.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I think it would be funny if we could edge them out and then be like, if Twins fans then will be like, oh, well, we were right there last week of the season. We had a lead on you. And we could be like, oh, like Giancarlo Stanton out the whole year.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Jake? I'm
Jake?
like pretty mad about Twins fans for like bragging about the home run record and never letting everyone know they played in a wind factory.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it makes sense now. Your stadium's full of magic.
Right.
So.
Not magic, just wind.
Wind. Magical wind.
Okay.
What next? You got anything else about this game? I mean, Tanaka was great. Sessa comes in and closes it out, which, is good. It's the Mariners, and it was a 7-0 game. But we've seen Sessa or pitchers like this not be able to lock down the 6-0 lead for the last 2 innings, and it's very frustrating when that happens.
Yeah, and I think a low-key big thing, and we mentioned that the Judge homer was literally massive, but Jim Kikuchi had a really good start against us. So getting him early, LeMahieu, Judge, that was kind of like, things are going to be different this time around, Usai. Usai. But yeah, Sessa did exactly what he's on the team for. I think it's kind of funny, the one thing in the box score that I would have had no idea about, Yanks were 1 for 12 with runners in scoring position. So this game could have been a lot uglier.
Yeah, but I hate that stat. You want to get a lot of guys...
it comes and goes on different days. I'm not pointing at that, but I mean that if this was a day the Yankees happened to went 6 for 12, this could have been a 13-0 game easily.
Yeah. It's true. It's true, Jake. All right. Next up is the burn of Game 3. On your mark. Get set. Burn.
Broomstick season as the Yanks go for the sweep versus the Marineros in a saucy battle of the X's as Mariners legend James Paxton takes on Yankees prospect huggers legend Justice Sheffield. Top of the first, and how about the guy who's caught both of them? El Gary, I see you winding and grinding on that left field pole. Number 30 on the year for the Kraken, and it's 2-0 Yanks. The only syrup the Big Maple would run into was bottom 4. Brothers don't shake hands. Brothers got a hug. And they would as Corey Seager's brother, homers, scoring Aaron Nola's brother. Whoa, it's a 2-2 game. Have you ever seen a Chevy with the butterfly doors? Butterfly doors? No. But I've seen a Ford open up this game. Solo shot his third of the series. DJ 26 with another RBI hit. It's fortitude Yanks. The judge orders this series to be over. 2-run shot, second of the game. DJ 26 decides he wants one. He goes upper deck job. Seattle tacks one on late, but the Yanks go Paxton to Chadbro to Vino to toe tap Guerin. Yanks win 7-3, go 5-4 on their West Coast trip, and call Meg Ryan because we're sweeping in Seattle. Let's go Yanks.
Ooh. Good burn.
Is that magical wind?
Yeah. Getting ready for Halloween.
It's right around the corner, they'll say.
It's right around the corner. It's fall.
You a pumpkin beer guy?
No.
Wow.
Nope. You're the basic bitch of the podcast, not me.
Oh, very much so. But pumpkin beer, no, wasn't going to help my case. Just realized what I was going to say did not help my case.
You like it because it tastes like pumpkin spice lattes.
I like when they're all dressed up. When you get the cinnamon on top and you do the whole show, I like that.
You're the basic bitch of the podcast.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's fine.
Dude, this game, Jake's lock win of the year.
Easiest win of the year, Tyler Wade at shortstop.
I didn't get this tweet off in time, so you guys are allowed not to believe me. I don't give a shit. When Gary Sanchez didn't swing at that 2-2 pitch in the very first inning, and then the 3-2 pitch had to come, and Sheffield had to throw something in the zone, I almost got my phone out and I was like, this is going to be bad.
Dude, doesn't that suck? Because I'll have 2 or 3 of those a game, but if it doesn't happen, the repercussions aren't worth just putting it out there for fun.
But once he spat on that, because Sheffield threw the 2-2 slider that he got called for on Judge, and it was a swinging over pitch, and it was good. It was like a good pitch, but Gary just didn't even chase at all. So then he had to put it in the zone. I was like, oh shit, this is bad. And Gary absolutely clobbered that ball.
We need like a phrase or something, like if we want to tweet something like that, like if someone does spit on a good curveball and you're like, yo, they're seeing the ball great, they're about to hammer something. We need to have a phrase that like we can tweet out like Gary's going to rope one here and then have a caveat like an 80-20 rule. Like I'll be right on 80 of these, wrong on 20 or something.
Or just do like a code word or code term like, oh, Gary's up, ... Jake sucks. And then everyone knows.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'll try it.
Don't do it, Jake.
Okay.
Anyway, so Gary goes deep. Mike Ford goes deep later on. Judge goes deep. Right?
Today?
Yeah, and then DJ at the end with a little bat flip. I don't know. Sheffield's not good. So that was good. Good trade. Paxton pitched better. One mistake pitch, really, right?
Sheffield's still really young. He's 23. And there's a part of this game where he was grooving a little bit. So I don't know. I'm not a Justice stan, but it's still early.
You still saw you don't see him as being an ace in the league anymore, do you?
Not an ace. I think he'll be a major league pitcher.
I think he'll fall to the bullpen.
I think he's got pretty good stuff. He figured some stuff out this year. There was a story. There's like other reasons why he went to AA instead of AAA. It was partially the Pacific Coast League. There was someone he's really close with on the team. So I don't know. I'm not writing off Justice Sheffield yet. I think he could be a good 3-4 starter in the league.
Yeah, I heard that story as the Pacific Coast League was damaging he couldn't pitch there. It's a hitter-friendly park, and it was like messing with his psyche so much. They sent him to AA to get his confidence back and then brought him up to the major leagues. Which, fine, maybe, but that's still kind of catering to bad pitching.
Yeah, he's 23. He showed some of the good stuff today. If he can figure out that third pitch, because his fastball and his slider are talented. If he could get the changeup and a little bit more of location, I think he'd be quality. But yeah, I mean, this was the biggest win of the year. I mean, Justice Sheffield against his former team, you knew that he wasn't going to be able to dial up like 7-inning shutout. And James Paxton against his team, I almost expected it. And he had that one bizarre inning where he was cruising. He ended up having 4 walks in the inning, and he left the one hanger to Seager, which he owed Seager because Seager got him his no-hitter. So that's what happened there. But outside of that inning, Paxton looked great. That one inning, he looked so bad.
Yeah. But still, it's not terrible from Paxton. 5 innings, 2 earned runs. I mean, that's not what we want out of him anymore, but with the offense and whatever. And Chad with another 2 innings, man. Chad's stretched out. Like, they are preparing him for what they want him to be, which is what he was in 2017, which is a guy that can come in and do 2-3 innings.
You've heard there's some people that still think Chad's this one pitch dude. No, the slider's there, and he's been really solid. When you start piecing together our playoff innings, you can pencil in Chad Green for 2. And with the 4 horsemen, I mean, you're looking at like a 3-inning game. So next time you want to get heated because you don't believe in our starting pitching, might not really matter that much.
Gary threw 2 runners out?
Gary threw 2 runners out, and just finishing on Paxton. He finished with 86 pitches, so if this was a real game against a real team, he could go another inning, but they were just like, all right, you're done. Yeah, Gary with the home run that he cranked down the left field line, also threw out 2 runners. They looked really similar, and it was just like, Seattle, come on about it.
They got a lot of speedsters.
They do, but didn't work.
No, Gary's good. And there's a lot of home runs that are coming in this West Coast trip that are fun, like 100th career for Gary, 100th career for Judge, and then today Judge hit his 30th. And I was like, damn, that's a good number. And every Glaber home run shocks me, like 30.
Gary's 30th.
Gary hit his 30th. Every Glaber home run shocks me.
I mean, Glaber's like approaching 40. And Jim, you're right. I think this is a weird baseball quirk that I think if you're a follower, you very much believe in. If Judge or Gary got hung up on 99 for a little bit and it became a story, that becomes a problem.
They make stories out of such nothing, and then it becomes like you have to ask them about it. Remember in 2017 when Judge broke the strikeout record and ESPN was like reporting on it every single day? Meanwhile, he was hitting 300, hitting 50 home runs. It was like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Who cares? It's nothing. It's literally nothing. So yeah, if they got hung up on 99, someone would pick it up and be like, is the pressure getting to you? No.
99 stuck on 99?
Wow, he outnumbered his jersey. That was his goal. He might retire now.
Coley never did any of that stuff. Missy Coley Harvey. Go Big Ten football.
No, I'm talking about like ESPN, like Sports Center, TV.
Yeah.
The True Bad.
True Bad.
Ooh. Might be your autobiography name. Truly
pretty
bad.
Funny. Kind of like a True Grit thing.
Yeah. Kind of like a True Grit thing. Let's move on to awards, Jake.
Awards. Tyler Wade show, by the way. But speaking of awards.
Ooh, don't care. The awards today are brought to you by Roosevelt Shirts. You heard of them. Jake and I got a bunch of them in the mail. RSVLTS, no vowels here. Don't need them, don't want them. Can't wait to wear ours. Jake got some matching. We might wear our matching Roosevelt shirts an event. If you want some, you can go to rsvlts.com/JohnBoy. You use the discount code JohnBoy, you get $20 off. I tested it out today. It was a decent amount of money off. I was like, fuck, that makes an actual difference. Cool. Sometimes you put the code in and you're like, ah, man. Sometimes you put it in and you're like, whoa. That went from 75 to like 65. Like, geez, that's nuts. So,
Jimmy, I normally wouldn't compliment you on a thought because you're wearing a hat that says Jake sucks right now.
Mm-hmm.
But you're totally right at that. That should be a psychological study, is putting in a 12% discount and being like, and then putting in a 20 and being like, hell yeah.
There probably is a study on it. Marketing. You were a marketing major.
Business.
They are conversation starters. They got a whole bunch of fun shirts, button-ups, silly ones. They got sweatshirts too. They had a sweatshirt I really wanted, but they didn't have it in large. I was like, you motherfuckers.
MFers. Yeah, I was gonna get the Rocky Balboa shorts, but they were only in small.
Why don't you just wear them and cut holes so they fit?
Not how life works.
Okay, cool. Well, the awards are brought
to
you
by check it out.
Roosevelt's. Go check them out. Jake, I get to go first, and the first award that we give out here on Talking Yanks is
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah.
And my pride of the Yankees is a guy who some people say looks like me, and David Cohn said looks like Albert Costello, or whatever his name is, Mike Ford. We were kind of down on him for a little bit, Jake. We're like, I guess Mike Ford he's got Kendry Morales-itis. I guess he's not going to be one of the special crew that's part of this next man up. And then we're dumb. Only person that hasn't done this really is Wade and Breivik. Everyone else is like next man up to a T. Mike Ford, man, 3 home runs in this series. He had 4 hits, 3 of them were home runs, 4 RBIs. His old club, so there's a fun revenge factor. It's just amazing. And like his time was running out. Because if he's bad these 3 games, Voigt's back and he's down. Now he might be down anyway. It might be just paperwork and he hangs around the club. Then September 1st comes around, they reactivate him for a lefty bat off the bench. Or he might go down and who knows. Or he bought himself a lot of time and he sticks around for some reason. But good for Mike Ford, man. Another just fun story.
With this West Coast trip, he earned himself a bench spot on September for the New York Yankees, which is pretty freaking cool.
Yeah. They were like, the power's going to come, the power's going to come. And we're like, I don't know, man. He just kind of grounds out. And then the power came, and it's like, damn. Pretty good.
Again, and you mentioned the former team thing. If you guys are looking right now on Baseball Reference, you're saying he wasn't on the Mariners. They took him in the Rule 5 draft, which if you're not familiar, basically, I'm phrasing this wrong. Guys run out of minor league eligibility, and other teams can take them, but they have to keep them on their major league roster the whole year. So the Mariners took Mike Ford in the Rule 5 draft. He goes to spring training with them, and they basically have to decide if they want to keep him on the team throughout the year or they have to send him back to the Yankees, which, hey, I want you to think about that. If that's your real life, that's insane. But they ended up sending him back. Mike Ford's having a great year. And Jim, Mike Ford, Mike Tauchman, Luke Voigt, that whole gang, it just makes me, for seeing how bad the Mariners are, how do you not go out this offseason and just trade for older guys who raked at AAA and give them a chance? Because, hell, what if they're good?
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
How many of these pieces like get traded? Like Shane Green comes up for the Yankees, has puts together some starts, gets traded for Didi. John Ryan Murphy somehow beats out Austin Romine for the backup job, puts together a decent backup role, gets traded for Didi. How many guys is Cashman looking at and saying we can get some here?
A lot.
He's a trade while stocks high guy, and he's got a lot to work with. Sounds
like a good off-season episode, John. I'd write that down on your face with pen. Because I don't think I'd put Tauchman in that boat, but I'd like
he's got options in another year of control. Okay, written down.
Does Tauch have options for next year? I don't think so.
Yeah, we did this already. Yeah, it does.
That was just this year.
No, he's got one option left, I believe.
I think this year is that option, though. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like we've very specifically had this conversation with Katie Sharp, and it landed on he's going to stay around next year because he has options.
I think we were saying that for this year.
No, it was next year. Because I was saying if he doesn't have options next year, trade him.
Right. Well, I think we were talking about the deadline this year, but we'll check it out another time.
Another time. Who's your pride of the Yankees?
My Jimmy. Pride of the Yankees. I'll take him. How about Masahiro Tanaka? Flirted with a no-hitter. He's always flirting. We talked about how much he was talking to himself on the mound. Jim, it's so funny how far we've come. I got a like from Brian Hoke on this, whatever. But I said a week ago, who are we going to pitch to get through the playoffs was a sucky conversation. Oh, everyone's terrible. You can't trust Paxton. Oh, Tanaka's been awful. Now, a week later, Tanaka's looked great. If he can keep this going for the rest of the year, you can be blindly confident in Tanaka with his playoff stats. And, I mean, Herman throws another one, Paxton. But this is about Masahiro Tanaka. Like you said, it was kind of a weird dominant performance. Like for a guy that had a no-hitter going and some other things, it could have been a lot more dominant if he got a couple outside sliders called on the edge of the plate. Tanaka shoved, man, And that's he was part of the reason that I just felt I knew Paxton had the revenge game. If we won game 1 with Hap, I just knew it was a sweep. Tanaka looked great, and we love him here at Talking Yanks.
Big fan of Tanaka.
You're wearing a shirt with him on it right now.
Dude, I really like him. Really like him. Update, Talkman has options left for next year. He's got 1 option left.
Boom roasting.
Judge has 3.
It's nuts.
Send him down. Mike Ford has 3. Kind of cool. Yeah, man. I mean, that was a great outing by Tanaka, and it's a couple good ones in a row now, right?
Yeah, he's let me get there for you, Jim. Yeah, I think in his past 4 now, game logs loading.
I was going to give him, if you didn't give him Pride of the Yankees, I was going to give him some sort of award like, here we go, or gearing up, or strap in. Like, he's coming. He's on his way. He'll have, mark my words, Tanaka will have 1 or 2 more clunkers in September.
Yeah.
But he's ready for the postseason.
He might not, just because I think Tanaka takes a lot of pride in those season-long stats, and so he might drive a little harder than he normally does. But yeah, Jim, his past 4, 27.1 innings pitched to the tune of a 2.3 ERA.
Nice. Yeah, no, I think he'll have 1. He's good for at least 1 more clunker. Like at the end of 2017, he had a terrible season. In his second half, he really showed like, oh, he's got it again. But there's a 7 earned run in there in late September or something like that. Just kind of the moment goes away, and he's like, I'll save some bullets for the postseason. That's what I do. Sound good?
Sounds good to me, man.
All right. Next up.
You Yankee motherfucker.
Wow, this is a tough one. It's always tough when you sweep and you got to choose a motherfucker, right? Jake?
Sweep MFers are about as tough as they come.
I have one, and it's a cop-out.
Wow.
Who brought us the worst 10 minutes of baseball this episode?
I think it's about to be the Mike Talkman thing, because I just saw he's going to be out of options next year. But Corey Guerin.
Yeah, Corey Guerin. No, man, he's got 1 option left.
Yeah, but I think that expires after this season.
No, as soon as he got sent down, he had 2 options to start this season. He got sent down and lost it.
I mean, yeah, I'm on MLB trade rumors, and it says he's out of options next year. So I don't know. So one of our roster experts reach out, because I think it expires at the end of the season.
The roster resource says he's got 1 left. Who knows? Fucking options. And I remember saying if he was going to be out of options next year, trade him. If he's able to go up and down next year, keep him.
Right.
And when we were with Katie, we found out he was able to go up and down. So I was like, all right, don't trade him, keep him.
I think so. I think that was this year, but we'll find out.
Anyway, Corey Guerin, man, gave us the worst 10 minutes of baseball. He didn't really perform bad, but I was like, dude, this sucks. I don't want to do all this toe tap shit. Don't care. I don't want to have to fight for you. You know what I mean? Like, even if I side with you, Corey Guerin, it's no interest to me. I don't want to have to stick up for you.
Right.
I don't even know you. And you do look like a young Mike Messina. So that's cool. But don't care. Yeah. So he's
wearing the 3-5 with the sideburns really was kind of fun, especially when he was talking angry through his glove. That was pretty moose. That was cool.
It was, yeah. Everyone wanted me to do a breakdown of that. I think even Zach Campbell, foul ball guy, was like, I can't wait for John Boy's breakdown of this toe tap situation. Like, I was so out on that, I didn't even want to think about it anymore. Like, that sucked.
That was a mess. You could have had some fun with it. The whole Romine Boone part was a lot of fun, like you mentioned. I did my
GIF, but to spend 45 minutes on that scenario, no, thank you.
Yeah. Kind of tough, Corey, and not totally your fault, but that's kind of how Yankee MFers go, man. God, this is brutal. Talk about Corey Guerin gave us a couple tough minutes. Mike Talkman, I think he's got to be my MFer. Jim, he went hitless. It's abbreviated. It's 0 for 7. He got a walk. He scored a run. He had a hit by pitch there. But yeah, he's the only Yankee that went hitless. Someone told me they knew who my MFer was going to be. I don't. Maybe I'm missing it, or maybe people are still mad at Hap or something.
No, man.
But
Wade, you were very mean to Wade on the pregame show.
I was never mean to Wade. You forced my meanness on Wade.
No, I didn't.
I am Tyler Wade.
When you were doing your Jack Curry impression of being a professional,
That was Jack Curry.
It was very mean. You said
That was Jack Curry.
You said something like, Tyler Wade is an embarrassment to human life. It was so mean what you said.
Whoa. People are chopping up that quote. John Boy says, wow.
No, that wasn't.
Yikes.
That was me quoting you.
Front page of Yahoo Sports.
I'm happy for Wade, man. He got a nice slap hit.
I'm not even talking about Tyler
Wade. Second. Like, I'm happy for him, dude. You're just
being mean to
ruthless.
No options. Talkman gets the MFer. Only guy without a hit.
Yeah, he did get hit by pitch and get hurt though.
Yeah,
he was iced up.
Or did Maben not get a hit? Is he not on the stat sheet here? But yeah, Talkman 0 for 7. Sorry, dude. Someone's got to get it in a sweep.
Somebody's got to get it in a sweep. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks to do him in a sweep. Well, my first award was going to go to Tanaka if you didn't give him the pride.
Okay.
Let me think of how I want to phrase this. How about the Piss and Excellence Award?
Damn. It's a good award.
Yeah. I never won it. Not a day in my life. I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.
Nice.
Talladega Nights. Aaron Judge, man. When Aaron Judge is on, I think people forget how crazy it is.
Yeah.
When he's going. I mean, he had 6 hits, 4 RBIs, 2 runs, 2 home runs. He stole a base, and it was just like, damn. He had 3 hits in game 3, 2 hits in game 2, 1 hit in game 1. You guys know I love when they spread them out. When Judge is right, man, it's special. Yeah. And I think people forget it very fast, what he's capable of when on.
Well, and it's where I to lump him with another big guy briefly. Like Giancarlo Stanton, man. If that dude is right, he's one of the best hitters in baseball. For Judgy, yeah, we haven't seen him go off in a little while, and he's been doing it on the West Coast. And I'm going to butcher this a little bit, Jim, but Coney mentioned it on the 2 home runs. The bullet he had to center, I think the launch angle on it was like 11 degrees or something like that. Like it was basically a line drive home run. And the one today was like a 40-degree home run. And I don't know if he was saying it facetiously, but I wouldn't bet against it that he said something like that Aaron Judge has the biggest range between how he can hit a home run because he can hit that line drive 110, barely gets over the shortstop. Or, I mean, he got super under it. And if you want to point at some juice balls, fine, but everyone's using the same damn ball. I mean, that was as one of the higher home runs you'll see in Major League Baseball.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah. Rainbow.
Ooh, what's your first award?
Jim, my first award is the Country Strong Award.
Ooh. Okay. What's that mean?
Country Strong, I mean, it's normally associated with a big fella who that's like...
From the country.
Yeah, that's not necessarily like lifting weights roped up strong. They're just like, yeah, I moved all the barrels of hay today.
Gwyneth Paltrow?
Close. Great guess.
She's in the movie Country Strong, which I like.
Okay.
I mean,
Are you a Gwyneth Paltrow fan or just in that movie?
I like Gwyneth Paltrow in some movies. I'm not a big fan of like what she is all about these days. She kind of weirds me out a little bit. Okay. She sells junk science stuff, and I think that's kind of like scummy. Goop is the name of her company, which was also your nickname, third grade.
Still is. Wasn't was.
Goop.
A Goop.
Who gets the country strong, man? I mean, it seems like Mike Ford, but he already got Pride. Voigt's not playing. I mean,
Dancing all around it.
Who else even is there? Gary?
Oh.
Not from the country.
Jim, the Country Strong Award goes to DJ LeMahieu.
Oh, he couldn't be less.
Everyone gets lost, and all the big guys, and wow, even Baby Glaber might hit 40 this year. Judge is hitting moonshots. How about DJ LeMahieu hitting his total home runs from the past 2 years this season? And he puts an exclamation point on it, upper deck shot. And as the most of a pimp job you're going to get from DJ LeMahieu. He crushed it. He hopped and looked for half a second and then head down and ran around the bases. But, dude, I mean, DJ LeMahieu is going to finish this year with, 25 home runs, something like that?
I don't know. Is he going to get his career high?
He already has it.
He's not country strong, so no one would ever call him country strong.
He's country strong, man. He's a country boy, and he just chooses not to normally use that part of his game, Jim.
Country strong is like a guy that you would lift barrels of hay and like work on a farm.
So you think DJ LeMahieu can't lift barrels of hay?
He's just not country strong. He's not what you picture.
That's what I'm saying, Jim. He is country strong. He just doesn't normally play baseball like that.
I think he's just strong.
Yeah, 22 is his career high. He had he's got 23 now. In the past 2 seasons, he had 23. Last year, 15 was his career high. My guy's country strong.
I'm gonna Google country strong physique, and I think it's gonna be more beefy, muscular guys, not like lanky.
Well, that's part of it, Jim. I mean, you're gonna see some beef there, and I mean, Country Strong, the movie's gonna come up. But I think DJ LeMahieu's 6'4". Like, he's strong, man. He's just got it spread out over that big frame. He's strong. Upper deck in Seattle today.
Bo Jackson's country strong.
Bo Jackson's the best athlete of all time, arguably. That's a totally different area.
But, like,
he's a freak.
The first time he bench pressed, it was, like, some crazy number because he was just naturally strong from working on –
Right, he's a freak show.
Doing his life. I don't know. Some pushback on the country strong DJ thing.
That's all right, man. DJ's happy for it. What's your next award?
Oh, DJ is completely indifferent. He doesn't care.
Very happy with me. Hates my hat.
You think so? You really think so? Dude, I know I said this already, but I want to talk about it a little more.
Okay.
Last week, I gave the Four Horsemen Award to Otto Canley Britton. And I want to, think of a cool name, like the Camel or the Mule Award. But I need help with it, knowingly. Okay. I know I don't have it. But Chad Green needs something.
Yeah.
He's carrying a lot of weight. Like, they want him to be like a 3-inning dude.
I was going to give an award that I think was going to get us some kickback, but I was going to give him the Lump 'em In award because playoff time, Chad's going to be lumped in with those dudes.
I said, you got a lumpy butt.
Well, you got a lumpy butt. The Mule, I don't know, like fire extinguisher, super lame. What's something that gives you a little distance? Like the New Driver award? That's a golf thing.
Middle distance runner?
That sucks for Chad. I don't know. It's your award.
I'm just going to give it the Excited Award.
Okay.
No, I'm going to give it the...
I'm going to have to change my award.
I'm going to give it 30 is the new 15 award.
Wow.
Because they want him to be a 15-pitch reliever. 1 inning, come in, face 3 batters, shut him down. He's like, no, this is 1976. I'm going to come in for 3 innings. I'm with Goose. Oh, the Goose Award. Goose Gossage. It's the Goose Award. Wow. Because Goose Gossage says real relievers pitch more than 1 inning. None of this bullshit. You come in for 1 inning, you leave. Anyone can do that. Real reliever pitches multiple innings. Wow. The Goose Award goes to Chad Green. Ugh, crazy.
Are you saying goose or goop? Because that's
goose,
confusing for me.
It's the Goose Goop.
Goose Goop. That's an awesome award.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy with you.
Four Horsemen and the Goose.
4 Horsemen and the Goose. Man, Chad Green always stumbles into some real crapola on this show. Dan.
Yeah, the Goose. Fucking nailed it.
Wow. That's a great award.
Thank you. That's 2 great awards in a row from me and 1 bad one from you.
1 bad one from me. You're about to get a follow-up bad one from me. Jim, we normally try not to give out doubles, but I have a double to give, and I give out this award twice a year, and it's the future NL All-Star, known as the Tyler Austin Award, goes to Mike Ford. Such a no-brainer. Like we already danced around earlier this episode, he's probably going to get traded for, I don't know, Walker Buehler next year, and then he gets a lot of run with the Dodgers, and he figures it out. Mikey Ford, man, we obviously can't add him with Voit and Tauchman yet, but the dude was doing crazy things at AAA this year, and he broke out a little bit. He's going to get the chance to get a couple at-bats in September. Probably not a ton, just rest day at-bats. Man, they showed a clip of Mike Ford. It was Mike Ford, Tauchman.
Are you saying my Ford?
Are you saying my Ford?
The Mike Cord?
I'm saying Fjord, Fjord.
Like Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri. They showed Ford, Tauchman, and Urshela on the bench the other day, and they were just, having a good time, part of the team talking baseball, which, by the way, check out Talking Baseball if you haven't. And Jim, I was like, damn, think about where these guys' headspace were before the season. Gio Urshela didn't know if he'd get a shot again. Mike Ford didn't know if he'd get a shot. Mike Tauchman, I mean, we know what's going on in his headspace now. Who knows? And all those guys have been great contributors. Mike Ford, if nothing else, this gets remembered as the Mike Ford West Coast trip. But it'd be cool to see him get a real chance somewhere.
The Mike Ford Headspace Award.
Are you saying my Ford?
I'm in your head now. I've come to wrap you up tight for it's time to fight down. Something like that. Good award, Jake. I mean, I hated the Future NL All-Star Award so much that it became my favorite of yours. Yeah. And I love that it's called the Tyler Austin Award now.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't beat the 4 Horsemen and the Goose.
I thought it was Goose Goop.
The Goop is silent.
Oh, come on, Jake.
You could never keep up.
Finish strong, Jake.
Okay, trivia question. First person, no, the 11th person, it's not trivia, it's contest. The 11th person to tweet at Jake, say, hey, at Talkin' Jake, I heard you're going to die at 5'4". The 12th person to do it gets a sticker.
Leave a review. Jake will die at 5'4".
Yeah. And then maybe offer your death height. So people.
We haven't asked reviews for a while. We should ask for reviews.
You think it's been a while since we asked for reviews?
It's been a while. Everyone just did the West Coast trip. We gave them a round of applause for the West Coast trip. Leave us a review. We haven't asked in a while.
It'd be nice. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
Go Yanks. We will see you on Sunday night, Monday morning. Go Yanks. Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams. The chat says the audio is off, and I think they're blaming me.
Whoa.
Mark said, "Are you guys saying 5'4" or Mike Ford?"
Not sure.
I haven't been positive this entire time. Well, the audio's off, but do you guys want to chat a little? 3-1 pitch from Chad Green, right down the middle, 98, 3-2 to Seager. Good shit, Chad. Oh, Tom said he's not blaming me. He's blaming you for the audio being off.
Hey, not bad.
Not bad. Okay, 11th pitch of the outing for Chad Green. 3-2 pitch on its way. Fouled back. Ooh, Rays and Stros are tied at 3. That's exciting.
Rays and Stros. We got to talk some baseball.
Yeah, I gotta edit this. I gotta do some prep. It shouldn't take long to prep for that, but I have the American League,
You have the American League.
which is even easier. So good. Have you prepped?
I prepped. Yeah, I think word to the wise, because I got in a slippery slope, would just be like write down the notable series each team has, and then figure out the sisters after. Because I was trying to do it on the fly, and it turned into Pepe Sylvia really quickly.
Okay. All right. Tom Davis is excited for the Talking Yanks playoffs. Tom, I don't think Tom was around the last playoffs.
Wow, shots fired.
Well, no, I wasn't a shot fired. I love the new followers. Tom's in here all the time. Because he was asking what we do. Like, what do we do for playoffs?
Right.
This is going to be our third playoffs round. And it's after
every game.
After every game, hop on. There's no awards. There's really no structure, kind of.
I mean, if I remember correctly, I mean, there was ones that were like 25 minutes. You talk about it and you move on and you talk a little bit about tomorrow. And then I think there's ones that we went close to an hour just because there's so much to dissect.
Yeah.
Playoff baseball is so different. I mean, I think we'd go like inning by inning and be like, yeah, Talkman started off the inning with a double. We only got him over to third. We couldn't get him home. And it's like,
yeah, because you hone in on everything.
Yeah.
Nicholas Medina says, can you message me the steps for your Cheez-It breaded chicken? My brother said he saw it on Instagram. I can. My grandma messaged me and she's like, I made your chicken. I was like, you made that? I can say them right now?
Post it on Twitter.
Nah. If you want to email me, jimmy@johnboymedia.com, I can reply with it. My sister's FaceTiming me.
Which one?
Ritzy. It's going to be my nephew, Ike. Does everyone want to see him?
I do.
Okay, and then I'm going to end the live chat. We'll do a couple seconds with Ike.
Oh, boy.
Oh, hi, Ike.
It's John Boy. Say hi. Who is that?
Say...
Good job. Oh, it's Jay. Oh, you're recording? I'm so sorry.
Bye, patrons.